You know, I'd really like to become a dubstep producer, but I don't know where to begin. Here's an article with steps. Step 1. Pirate FL Studio. The cracked version has a way warmer sound than the bought version. Step 2. Render the project with a bit rate of 32 kilobits per second. This is to make it compatible with phones. Step 3. Make your serum wavetables in MS Paint. Final step, add 2 instances of sausage fattener and 3 instances of OTT to your mastering chain. Alright, let's see what kind of dubstep we can make. Google, how do I make dubstep? Let's see. Next. That's it, did what? Next. Here's an article with steps. Step 1. Pirate FL Studio. The cracked version has a way warmer sound than the bought version. Step 2. Render the project with a bit rate of 32 kilobits per second. This is to make it compatible with phones. Step 3. Make your serum wavetables in MS Paint. Final step, add 2 instances of sausage fattener and 3 instances of OTT to your mastering chain.
Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? We just had to run something back to the warehouse real quick. But we are getting started. How's everybody doing? What's up, Trades? What's up, Bulldog? Alan Robertson with the sub on YouTube. Thank you. What's up, Snap Key? Doing well. No complaints.
Hello. Wait.
What's up, Rick? Cool.
All right, here we go. Where's the
Oh,
little
yeah.
screen?
Is it not on?
I don't know. What did I do with it? Is it not up here? Oh, you were using it over there. I'm looking. I'm like, where's my chat feed, man? Where's my snare? Where's my snare? Rat, turn me up in the headphones. Where's my snare? Did Nick show you that meme? Where's my snare?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It took me a second.
You had to recall the meme. Brad's meme recall is not instant. It's all right. Hello. It's Wednesday. Hello, Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. I'm confused. I see how we streamed yesterday. It's got me all messed up.
Busy week.
Busy streaming week. So we are here today. G'day, everyone. There's my chat feed. All right. Hello, everyone. Diecast, Driven, Alan Robertson,
What's up, Camelot?
Napkey, Cody Dennison, world famous NASCAR driver. Let's go. From the great state of Alabama. My former home.
Your former home?
My former state that I resided in. Alabama. All right. Bella Ramsey. Who's Bella Ramsey? Why do I know that name? Is that some famous person? Is that horrible looking actress that everyone's been talking about? Bella Ramsey? I don't know who that is.
Fellow Trailer Park Boys. Is that...
Yeah. I did live in a trailer park. I lived in a double wide though.
Oh yeah, that's the Bella Ramsey's the blasphemous
Oh.
actress
Oh.
that everybody memes.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna meme Bella Ramsey too. Looks like Sloth from the Goonies. Yes. Shots fired. Yeah, I love it.
Brutal.
Well, sometimes the truth is brutal.
Yeah.
All right. So today we are building a machine for Cody, and it's gonna be for him to use on the road when he's traveling around doing the NASCAR stuff. So it's gonna be reasonably compact, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. I put the glass etch up here. Can you guys see that? All right.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold that spot.
Hold that spot.
I get that a lot. So we did a little glass work there for Cody. All right. Did everybody see it? It would probably look better if I take the plastic off too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Duh. All right. I'll see if I can hit that spot again.
Down just a little bit.
Oh, yep.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm good at that. I'm good at taking that kind of direction. It's all about the communication, kids. All right. So there we go. Looks cool, right? Woo-wee. All right. A little custom glass work action there. We got an 850 watt power supply. We're using the small form factor one. This is I think the build sheet said the Lee & Lee SP, but the Lee & Lee SP is not ATX 3.0, and our man Cody needs an ATX 3.0 compliant power supply because he got a 50 series graphics card. So we're swapping out the SP 850 for the Corsair SF 850L. Then we got the Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Asus Tough Gaming V850M plus Wi-Fi. We just 32 gigs of RAM. Yep. 32 gigs of DDR5. Kingston Fury V-Star GB. Got a GeForce RTX 5070 Ti. This one's an MSI Ventus 3X overclocked, factory overclocked edition. And we'll be doing an NZXT Kraken Z63 RGB for the CPU cooler. And that's what's going in the drive. I forgot the drive.
2 terabyte Kingston NV3.
NV3. So this is a Gen 4 NVMe SSD, 6,000 megs a second read speed. Not as fast as our man in his NASCAR. I want to go fast. I want to go fast, Ricky Bobby. I gotta get out to one of these NASCAR things, dude. I gotta get out there. I gotta get out to a NASCAR event and visit with Cody. I'll bring the. I don't know. Is that like a family friendly thing there, Cody? A NASCAR thing? Like, would I be able to bring the kids to that, or would that be like, is there like too much cussing and drinking and whatever? My kids are used to the cussing. Not to drinking.
You're more than welcome. VIP hangout with me. It's...
Let's go! I'll have to bring Alexander. Alexander would like that. Actually, Sam would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam would be all about that. My kids will be used to the cussing, but not the drinking. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink since I was taking Winkler's PC last year. That was the last time I consumed alcohol. Wow. It's been about a year actually, because I think it was last June when I took that as the bombs away bill with the paint job and everything, and I drove it out there. I think that was the last time I had an alcoholic bevy. Was in, I think it was June of last year.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get like tore up or whatever. We had gone out for barbecue. And I had a old fashioned at dinner, and I don't know. That was the last time I had liquor. That was it. I should start drinking again. I was never much of a drinker, actually. I am a prolific cusser, though. Brad can back me up on that. Brad can back me up on that. I'm a prolific cusser. I'm foul-mouthed. I make sailors look, I don't know, what's the word for like well-spoken or whatever. I make a foul-mouthed sailor look polite.
Yeah.
Something. Whatever.
My mom, she lives with my sister and helps watch my niece and nephew. And my nephew's 11 and my niece is like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Good age.
And
Sam just turned 7. It's a good age. It's a fun age, dude.
yeah.
He just wants to go fishing and shit. Like he's like, let's go fishing, and he doesn't want to put the worm on his own hook, but he'll hold the fish.
Yeah.
For 7, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Like, he doesn't want to bait his own hook, but he'll. Anyway, all right. So Cody says last time he was drinking was Saturday because chat is a bad influence. Let's go. I need chat to be a bad influence. Brad's like, I'll be on the spot with the mute mic button.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Brad I think has had to mute me once or twice in the stream before. That's all right. This is a good partnership with us and Cody because I think we got like shared values in common. He was DMing me before I came on. He's like, "You might get some haters in the chat." I said, "Good." I will tell them what they can do to me. Yes. Haters are just confused fans. I think people are hating. Life is too short to be a hater. Although I got haters. That's the crazy thing, dude, is like when you start a business or whatever, and like, because nobody thinks you're gonna do shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you're like a couple years in and you got, 6 or 8 employees and you're moving to a bigger building, and then everyone's like, I always believed in you, man. You're like, no, the fuck you didn't. I believed in you the whole time, man. Yeah, sure you did. Right. Like when I first started up, there was, how the heck are you gonna compete with Alienware and Dell and HP and whatever? And I was like, I was gonna do it. And everybody told me what a stupid idea it was. Some days I feel like it was right. But not today.
Haters are your most passionate fans,
That's right.
which is alarming but necessary.
Alarming but necessary. I've got a few haters. I don't mind. I got political differences of opinion with people. Whatever. I don't care. I'm a free speech absolutist. I think you can say stuff that makes you a dick. but you should be allowed to say it.
Mhm.
I talk all the time about that. Like, if you're like some blue-haired they them or something like that, and you want a cool gaming PC and great customer service, buy it here. I got nothing in common with you politically, but buy your PC here and we'll take good care of you. That is what we do.
Kickass Driven says, what's your company's backstory?
The company's backstory. So I've been a nerd my whole life. I've always loved PCs and tech and games and all that stuff. I've just always found it interesting. Always enjoyed it and had fun and whatever. And I started building PCs as a hobby when I was like 14-ish, 14 or 15. In the mid 90s is when it was. It's just been a while. it's been a while, Brad. Been building PCs for a while. And it got to the point where I was like, I was the guy who was like building PCs for all my friends and then like my friends' parents and then, so I was doing it for a long time. And then I always wanted to do, like a PC company. And, but I got 6 kids. So at the time we started the company, I only had 5, but, now we got 1 more. But I, got bills and mortgage and kids and, adult problems. I got people that count on me to put food on the table and keep the lights on and whatnot. And I was always too much, I was too afraid to take a risk and start my own business. Because, if I starve, whatever, but can't be having the wife and kids starve. So, that's not cool. So I started this, actually, I worked in retail automotive for a really long time. Had a pretty good retail automotive career. I was a multi-store general manager and was making good money, working stupid hours, but making good money. And, I won't say I was enjoying it necessarily, but, I was getting the bills paid and making money, and then COVID happened and we all got let go. And I was freaking out. I was like, what in the hell am I going to do? Because I was making, honestly, at the time, I was making a lot more money than I ever thought I'd make in my life. And things were pretty good. And then to just be out on your ear one day was a little freaky. And my wife was like, well, you should start that PC gaming company you're always talking about. And I was like, well, that's insane. And but I was like, all right, maybe we'll do it. So I started this company in May of 2020. And then by September, we were an NVIDIA partner, which luckily, because I had already been kind of doing builds and stuff for a long time, I knew people that worked in the industry. So it's not like I started completely from zero. But yeah, I started the business in May of 2020. And then that first year of 2020, we did like $700 and some thousand in sales over that like 6 or 7 months that we were in business. And then then I had to hire Jacob the following February because then my wife told me, quote, get your fucking company out of my house. So we moved to the 720 building, and then Josh came on and Brad came on, and Brad was originally hired as the office manager.
Yep.
That didn't last long. We just found out Brad could do too much other shit. We started having him do that stuff. So Brad came on, and then yeah, it's been a trip, man. And then we did 2021, and then we did 2 million in sales, and then 4 million in 22, and then we had to move to a bigger building in 23, and it's just been a thing, man. It's been cool. We've just been here making stuff the whole time.
Yep.
The whole time. We've just been here making stuff, doing stuff. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, just making cool stuff and having a good time. So that's the backstory of the company, as it were. It probably wasn't that interesting, was it? Yeah, man, I'm just some hillbilly tech nerd. Like, whatever. Just some dork that likes to make stuff. Ironically, now I spend the majority of my time doing like not fun stuff. Doing like ordering parts and dealing with vendors and dude, my God. Accounting and taxes and payroll and insurance and yeah. I'm gonna have to move the company back into the basement and just be honest, man. There's days it was more fun then. But that's cool though. I think everybody that builds a business has that kind of, everybody that I know anyways, has that like nostalgia for the early days when it was like just you and a couple of your idiot friends and you're like sleeping on the couch in the back of the shop or whatever, like whatever. I think that's how cool stuff gets started, So that's how we started. Brad's been with us for 3 years.
Yeah.
Three years and change.
Yep.
So it's 3 years in January.
Yeah.
3 years in January. So Brad's almost 3.5 years
3.5
now.
years,
Damn.
yeah.
Man, time flies.
Right?
Yeah, dang, dude. Shit. What happened? Hey, Brad's been here for 3.5 years. He's made, I believe, 4 mistakes. I think Brad's made 4 mistakes in the 3.5 years he's worked here. So that's pretty good. I usually make that many by like lunch. So I'll take it.
And half of those are probably from this year too.
I'll take. Yeah, Brad's slipping. What do we? I need to get. I need to get Brad some help. Brad's slipping, man. He's made 2 mistakes this year. So I don't remember what they were. The only one I remember was you missed a meeting with Intel one time. I don't even remember what the other ones are. Probably the other ones aren't even like real mistakes. It's probably just me fucking with you. Probably just me giving you shit. But yeah, Brad's cool. He's been here for a minute. Jacob's been here. Jacob's still here. Jacob's been here, I think, the longest for sure.
Yeah, well, it said you should see how many times he forgets to attach stuff to an email.
Oh shit.
It's only been once, I think.
All right, yeah. I don't really like supervise Brad that much. Brad just kind of does what he wants. For a couple reasons. The biggest one just being that, like, I don't know how to do most of the stuff Brad does. So it kind of be stupid for me to, like, go check on him because I don't know what he's, you know, all the editing, and I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So I mean, I can look at it and be like, yeah, it looks good, man. But I don't know how to do any of it. Brad knows how to do all this stuff with, like, Photoshop and AI, and I don't know how to do any of that. And then the other reason is I'm just not that much of a... I'm not really, like, a micromanagement guy. I tell Brad, like, what we got to do, and then I just let him handle it.
Bro, the wood front panel based.
Yeah.
Wood panel on this one.
The wood panel, I do like the wood panel. We were originally gonna... We thought about doing it without the wood panel, and then just thought, like, you know, I don't know. Thought maybe Cody would want to say, we got wood or something. And so I was like, we got wood. Who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, I'm not much of a micromanagement guy. I don't have the energy. I mentioned I got 6 kids, right? Like, I don't need any more. I'm watching people at home, man. I don't come to work and watch people. No, I don't have time for that. There's not enough time in the day already, you know?
Yeah.
All right, I got to do a better job of watching chat. Yeah, turn my passion into a career, for sure, man. For sure. That's really where you, like, get haters, dude. I think that's, like, a majority of haters in my experience is, like, dudes that see you doing something that, like, you like, and they're in, like, some job that they don't like. So they're, like, watching you, like, have fun and do cool shit.
Yep.
And they're, like, in a cube somewhere doing some, like, soulless, unenjoyable, you know. Yeah, I'd be salty, too. I remember, because I'd done it for, like, years. And I was salty. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, you know, I was shitty about it. I was.
Jackass says I'm literally in a cube right now.
Uh-oh.
Dang. What's up?
Hopefully you have a cool, I don't know. We should do a, how many people we got in the chat that work in a cube? I really want to know. I've been there. I've done that for sure. I even had a cube I had to share with somebody at one point, man. I had to share my cube with somebody. That sucked. It was bad enough to be in a cube, and then I had a cube mate. That was not cool. Not. I
kind of wanted to experience what it was like to be in a cube.
Yeah.
Cubicle. Yeah.
Don't they have a whole ass game show about that, like Mr. Beast or whatever?
I have no idea.
And they have like where they like lock somebody in a storage container for 6 months or something. Like,
Oh yeah, they've done crazy
they
stuff.
stay in there.
Yeah.
Then they win a bunch of money or something.
Yeah.
That's
$10,000 a day or something.
$10,000 a day.
Yeah.
Dude, lock me up. Lock me up.
Yeah, he's done some cool ones like being stuck in a store.
I got locked up for 6 months for free. You know, they weren't paying me shit. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's a story from my youth, my young days. I got unfreedomed. I got unfreedomed for a bit of time there when I was a young feller. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun time.
Dude, you can't leave. Which doesn't sound like a big deal, but
That's the big one.
that doesn't sound like a big deal till it's like been a minute. you're like, damn, I really want to get out of here. You can't just go. I won't let you just leave. Oh well. They did eventually let me leave. When my time was up. They're like, your turn's over. Your turn is over.
A momentary timeout.
Yes. Your turn is over, sir. You have to depart. And I said, well, by golly, I will. And I did. That's what happens when you do stupid stuff when you're young. You know? All right, let's see if I can figure this out, Brad. This is another one I've never built in this case before. How many freaking times do I do this? At least one more, right?
Yeah.
I got this terrible habit of live streaming when I've never built in this case before. I've done it at least like 10 times now. I've never built a PC in an A3 before. So I gotta apologize to Cody up front. Dick this up. Don't worry, if I do, I'll fix it. But I already did the. All right, so I got the main cables in there, and then this is the cable I was after.
Is that a micro ATX? Yes.
Yes, this is a micro ATX, but it's smaller than a regular micro ATX. This thing's not, you know, dare I say, it's not very big, Brad. You know, yeah, it's not a big case.
Lots of power, little case.
Yeah,
Free of my life.
it's not the size that counts. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
We're packing a lot into a little bit. How's that? We're having, you know, yeah, whatever, man. we're just a couple of dudes, like, you know, having fun, building a PC for
Big
NASCAR.
Mike says appropriately sized.
Appropriately sized, yeah, dude. It was like when Randy Johnson used to pitch, he used to call him the big unit, and then he went to play for Texas, and they called him the average size for Texas unit. He went from being the big unit to being the average size for Texas unit. I heard. Let's see. All right, what are we gonna need in here, Bradsky? All right, I'm gonna need some SATA power. We're gonna need some SATA power for the CPU cooler. I'm gonna do a mental checklist of all the cables I need to plug in. Got to do some SATA power for the CPU cooler, so we'll put that in. Got the motherboard, CPU power. We do only need one SATA power cable because there's 4 outlets on there. We ain't gonna need. I think we're only gonna need one, unless I miss my guess. All right, we don't need. So this is the ATX 3 cable. Boop 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 boop. So this is gonna be our 12VH PWR. So this bad boy. These Type 5 cables from Corsair, man, I'll tell you.
What's up, Angel?
Is that the Angel Munoz?
It is the Angel.
CEO of Beam. Inventor of esports. I texted him last night because remember he was telling when he was doing all the stuff with balls, the energy drink.
Yeah.
So I was in the store last night and they had a cooler full of energy drinks and there's a bunch of cans of balls in there. So I snapped the picture. I texted to him. I'm like, "You did this. This is your fault."
I love balls.
Yeah, someone should snip that. Snip that. Brad loves balls.
Love balls.
I love balls. What flavor of balls do you like, Brad?
The original.
The original balls?
The original balls.
Is that the Guarana or whatever?
Yeah.
The blue bottle?
The blue bottle.
The blue bottle. I like that the bottles are glass.
Yeah.
I don't know why is that a thing? Angel, why is that a thing? Why was it so? Because I feel like it's a thing that the bottles are glass bottles, real glass bottles. Why was that a thing?
You need the blue balls. That's
The better one? The blue balls. We're huge fans of blue balls here.
Brad
Oh,
makes
boy.
it too easy.
He does. I think Brad just sets me up because he's amused by me being stupid. I think he does that. He does that on purpose.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
This time it was.
Brad's got that philosophy degree or whatever.
Yep.
Is it philosophy?
Yep, philosophy.
That's what it is. Brad's secretly the smartest person that works here. Probably by a lot. I think he just like subtly manipulates all of us to like get us to. Brad's like the evil overlord that like runs everything by manipulation that we don't even realize. We don't know that we're only just doing what Brad wants. Right? Because he's like smarter than all of us.
You think that you're the boss, but it's got to be a touch of ass kissing too.
Nah. I'm not that kind.
I've never been an ass kisser.
I'd be fucking annoyed by
I hated
I
people
would-
growing
I'd
up
be-
that others.
I would really be. I'd be irritated by that, honestly. I've lived enough, man. Like, I know I'm not the smartest guy in the room most of the time. Like, just don't. I want to know what's really the good idea. Like, what's the real good idea? What's really the best way to do this? Like, I want the real shit.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody else can come up with it, cool, man. Like, I still want to do it. I want to do the better thing. I don't care if I thought of it or not. I want to do the better thing. And most of the time, if you're doing the better thing, it's just not you're just not gonna be the dude that comes up with all the ideas. You're just not. Like,
Yeah.
Because if you're like always the smartest guy in the room, it's probably like time to find a new room. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got to contribute something, right? Like, you can't just be some waste of space dummy, but you can't be the guy that's like doing everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, think if Angel didn't have Theodore or Jay, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, even if you're a brilliant person, which I'm not, but even if you were, you just can't do everything by yourself. Like, not if you want to like build, you know what I mean? Like, you can have a nice little cocoon
Yeah.
and be the smartest guy in the room and have like a little room that's like your room, but you're gonna have a limited like reach. Like, if you want to do something and you want to like impact people and do cool shit and like be out there and like build something, whatever, like, you can't do that by yourself. Nope. Gotta have the help.
Angel said about balls. The founder wanted a scrotal look, and the only way was glass. Had them made in Mexico originally.
See?
Scrotal look.
A scrotal look for balls. I mean, that tracks, you know? Alright, this might be the first thing that I'm doing wrong, Brad.
The label is 66 pounds. 66 pounds.
Oh, for Mike's?
Yeah.
For Mike
I will
Davis?
be right back.
Alright, do I have this flipped the wrong way, Bradsky? I might. That's what I get for, I feel like Bill O'Reilly. We're doing it live!
What size shirt do you think Mike is?
Mike? Cinema large. Yeah.
Can we send him a hoodie too?
Yeah, cinema hoodie. Cinema pink one. Yeah. He's all right. One. Sorry, guys. I should have read the instruction manual. Doing it live. All right. There we go. We're good. Dang, that's like a... I wonder if that... Okay, I see what I screwed up. Idiot. I gotta take that little tray out of the frame. I'm like, you can't hit the screw hole from there. Duh. Dumbass. Because you're supposed to take the little caddy out. Stupid. Alright, there we go. See, I'll probably be a lot easier to get this in now. Idiot. That's what I get. Doing it on the live stream. like a schmo. Alright. What happens? See what happens? Like the Big Lebowski. See what happens? Let's see. Rebuilding your PC soon. Getting a 9060 XT, 16 gig. What motherboard should you do for your 5700X? I would just do like a 5700X. You're gonna be a probably like a B550 or a X670E chipset. I wouldn't go too crazy with a board. 9060 XT. I'll do like a MSI. Depends. Are you looking for a micro ATX? ATX? I like the MSI boards, the mortars. I think they make the B550M mortar. That's a good micro ATX board. Yeah. See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? Yeah. Alright. I'm wondering if this caddy should be put on here too. I might want to put this caddy on here. No, I don't think that. No, that ain't it. That ain't it, G. I had it right. I had it right. Alright. Quit talking about it. Do it. EJ. Silly man. Alright. Now. There we go. Oh, perfect fit. Like it should be there. Crazy what happens when you do it correctly. Idiot. I'm sitting there going, man, I can't get that screw from here. Got to take the tray out, dummy. Alright. That's what happens when you're doing it live. I'm just not afraid to look like a goof on a live stream, I guess. Oh well. I'm gonna try it. Try it. Censored Big Lebowski. We're rolling. Brad, let's do a giveaway.
We'll do a giveaway?
Let's do a giveaway.
Alright.
Let's do a we did the PC yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's do a different giveaway today.
Different giveaway?
Let's do dude, let's give away the little Lamborghini car on my shelf.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Cool.
Yeah, let's give it away. So win my Lamborghini.
Yeah, I'll grab it and once I get done with Mike's shipment.
We'll do that, or like we'll let them pick between like the Lamborghini or a hoodie or something.
Okay.
We'll do a giveaway. You're gonna send me a Beacon Max invite. Okay. All right. I'll probably talk to you if you want. Angel knows he can do whatever he wants. I'm helping him out as best as I can. And he'll help me out. It's cool when you like do stuff with people that are cool. Cool when you do stuff with people that are cool. It is cool when you do stuff with people that are cool. When you work with people that want to help each other and just everybody's just focused on getting the product to be the best it can be. Service to be the best it can be. I think the YouTube thumbnail could be better. Which YouTube thumbnail? ZX7s. I think the YouTube thumbnail could be better. For this stream or for what are you talking about? Which YouTube thumbnail? Monday at 1, yeah, dude, for sure. Sweet ass Lambos. You guys don't have 3X fat ass size. We do have a 3X sweatshirts, man. I think we do. We might have stopped at 2X hoodies. That's a Brad question. Brad said we have 3X hoodies. I thought we did have 3X hoodies. Not the t-shirts? Yeah, dude, we have t-shirts up to like 5X or something. Is it 5X on the shirts, Brad, or 4? 6. 6X on the t-shirts. Yeah. Dude, we're a gaming PC company, man. You know how many fatties play video games? Bruh. You know how many fatties play video games? A lot of fatties. A lot of fatties play video games, dude. Yeah, we gotta have extra large shirts and stuff. Because a lot of fatties play video games. Which is cool, man. Like, you're a fatty and you play video games. You're welcome. A single fatherboard. Can I recommend a good motherboard? I see what you did there. A good motherboard would be one that takes care of your storage and your memory. Be one that curates your components well. A good loving motherboard that curates your components nicely. I'm gonna figure out how to best way to route the CPU power cable. See, man, they made these cables too short. The hell, Corsair. Man, that's gonna be a tight fit. That's what she said. Boom. Alright. That's necessary though. We really gotta have that ATX. I'm wondering, like, dang, dude, that is barely enough cable. There's barely enough cable to get there. Huh. I might run an extension on that. Yes. Beam supports up to 75 platforms. I said 70 yesterday, and Angel had to correct me because it's now 75. And it was just 70, like, not that long ago, and now it's already 75. Theodore's not screwing around, and the rest of the technical team there at Beam, like, just in the last, since I talked to Angel, it was like 5 more platforms they support. It just keeps happening. You announced 70. Okay, that's what it was. You announced 70. See? I knew I got 70 from somewhere. I knew I did. I knew I wasn't completely stupid. Well, that's debatable. That's debatable. Bradsky, I gotta have a CPU cable extension for this because I don't want to stretch this cable too. Yeah, I don't want to like.
Okay.
I don't want to stretch it too tight.
Mute us real quick.
You gonna mute us?
Yeah. Oh.
Back on. Unmuted. Alright. Had to talk business there for a minute, boys and girls. Let's see. A good PSU around $100. What wattage are you looking for? For $100. And what graphics card? Because if you have a 50 series graphics card, or really a 40 series graphics card, you should look for a ATX 3.0 or 3.1 GPU. Because you want that native 12VH PWR cable. I just feel a lot better if you have a 12VH PWR on your graphics card. You want that native. You want the native connection. The native love connection. All right, so I'm gonna put this guy in this way. So I want the fans to come out that way. All right. I'm thinking it through, boys and girls, before I should start mounting stuff everywhere and then get it wrong and have to flip it and whatever. That's the worst. When you like put the thing in and then you're like, dang it, I faced the cable cord the wrong way or whatever. 650 to 750 watt. You should be able to get a PCI E 5.1 ATX 3.1 750 watt power supply for right about 100, or 750 watt power supply for right about $100. The MSI ones are pretty decent. The MAG A750 GL is pretty good for about $100. Another one that you can find that's actually pretty good. They don't get a lot of hype because they're not like a gamery type of brand. But the ADATA, the XPG Core Reactor 2 is pretty good for the money. You can try that. Try that. So you can try those. The A750 GL would be my first go-to for $100 750 watt power supply. My numero uno draft pick would be the A750 GL. They're pretty good. Go through a lot of them here. Don't recall that we've ever had one come back. I think we've had one or two not pass QC and have to get returned. I don't believe we've ever had one fail at the client's house and have to come back. Boom. So yeah. All right. That's my answer to a good power supply for $100. That's it. Okay, so ZX7. So you see the thumbnail video we post on Gaming PCs YouTube channel. It's not attracting people's attention. All right. Tell Brad to up his game with the thumbnails. Somebody in chat was saying we got to do better with our thumbnails for our Alexander PC's YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
We got to attract people's attention. Are we muted still?
No, we're
not
unmuted.
All right. If you see in chat, you're muted. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, all right. We
I'll
laughing.
make the next thumbnail just eggplant emoji in flames.
Yeah.
Text, I'm dying.
Do it. Yes. Yes. We got any haters in the chat? I was promised there'd be haters. I was looking forward to some haters today. Yeah, hater. Need more red circles and red. There you go. That's, like, watch us plug these cables in and like circle the 24 pin.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
More shock face.
more shock face. Well, let me give you like my thumbnail.
Yeah.
Somebody clip that for the thumbnail. That was good, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thumbnail right there.
Every time you do that, the camera like unfocuses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To do it again?
No.
No? Oh, damn
I
it.
don't know.
You're just trying to get me to do it again.
Yeah.
See? See? I told you guys that Brad just messed with everybody. He wanted me to make a stupid face again, and he just like, see, you're on the camera. You got me. Got me. See? Walked right into it. Just walked right into his trap. Now he's sitting there all smug and satisfied. Good job, Brad. You've outsmarted me again. Damn it. Oh. It sucks being dumber than the people you're supposed to work for you. Damn. Brad's messing with me, man. How long does it take to build a PC? Well, it takes me too damn long because I talk too much. It just depends on the PC. Like if I'm not yapping and I'm just on the workbench building a PC, I would say the average is like, see, the assembly is the easy part. That's what nobody understands. Like, you know, we'll be done with this stream after like an hour and 45 or somewhere between hour 45 and 2.5, depending on how much I'm flapping my gums. But most of the actual work happens later, like off the stream when we're like programming everything and setting up everything and testing everything, and when like that's what takes all the time. Is all the setting up and, you know, testing and installing everything. And the PSU is the heart that pumps the electric blood through your PC's body. Do not go cheap on that. I strongly agree with that statement.
Yeah, same here.
Because that is the first place, because it's not a glorious, you know what I mean? It's not like a glorified component. Because if you're like the typical internet dumbass, you're like, only the CPU and GPU matter. I mean, they definitely matter, but you know, people will go and they'll look at like the CPU and the GPU and not look at anything else, and they'll be like, oh, that PC sucks because it only has a whatever, and then not realizing that like if you play in 4K or like 1440p, you know, Bradsky, we got an issue here, buddy. I don't know if I'm gonna have clearance for this radiator because of this heat shield. Oh, because this is a 280. We might have to get a 360.
I'm gonna go grab one.
We might have to get a 360. Yeah. All right, I'll be back. I'll get it.
Oh, you get it?
Yeah, I have to get it because I didn't. Man, this it's too thick. I get that a lot. Damn it. All right. So it won't work with this motherboard because of the big heat shield in this particular case. All right, be back. Poor system design. Who spec'd this out?
Jacob. Alright, I will check my email, Angel. What's up, Renee? Gotta buy the $10 power supply that has mustard cables for peak gaming performance. Peak spaghetti cables. Let me catch up on chat here. Oh, hell yeah. Camelot is joining Beam. Awesome. Awesome. For gaming cost saving, gaming cost savings, there will be.
All right,
will be on optimal memory capacity and CPU that has enough speed and cores and no more. Your primary concern would be GPU and power supply.
Jacob,
Yeah.
setting me up for failure. Jacob. Alright. I still wanted to use something with a screen. So we'll do the daggone the hydro shift.
Cool.
That probably is a better screen anyways. Alright. Look at that. On the fly, man. Alright.
The Camelot beam is super easy to set up.
So easy I can do it.
Within minutes.
So easy I can do it. I'm dumb with tech stuff. I'm stupid with streaming stuff. Brad to do everything. Brad does all the streaming configuration and all.
I have a secret Beam account that I stream on at home sometimes. And I've been playing around with all the settings.
A secret Beam account?
Yeah.
Oh man, does Angel know about this? Well, he does now.
Angel knows.
Oh, he already knows?
Yeah. He's following.
Oh, dang!
It's the only fan I need.
Roll for my Lambo. Did we get the Lambo?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get the Lambo. You know, it makes noise. Yeah, it makes noise. Because I'm a child like that. I enjoy silly little toys that make noise. All right, so we're doing a little on the fly upgrade here because the 280 radiator is too thick, like not long ways but wide ways. So I need a 360. So this is technically an upgrade, but look at that, dude. Isn't that sick? Hear that?
That's nice.
Watch this. Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I hear that. Let's give this who wants to win my Lambo? Yeah, dude. I love this thing. Look at that. The door's actually open. Like,
That's so cool.
it is cool, man. I'll give away my Lambo or a hoodie today. How about that?
A Lambo or a hoodie?
Win my Lambo. This is the kind of stuff that is in my office because I'm a child. You hear that on the mic? Yeah, isn't that great? Man.
So we're doing the giveaway Beam only, or is it everybody?
Shit, it can be everybody. Why not? It's the Cody Dixon stream today.
Let me get set up.
We're building a PC for. This is our second day in a row building a PC for a famous person.
Yep.
Man, I gotta quit that.
We'll be back tomorrow too for another build.
Yeah, another one. Is she famous now? I don't know. She's not famous like Mike.
No.
All right.
She does have a bit of a pop.
She does have a good following, for sure. I don't know. I don't think she's like famous.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Who's more famous, Cody or Mike? I don't know. That's a tough one.
That's a good
That's
question.
tough. I think it just depends on. I don't know. I don't know. They're both more famous than me. For sure. I hope I go through every airport for the rest of my life and no one ever recognizes me.
Alright, let me think how to do this. Do the giveaway.
They say don't meet your heroes, right? You know what they say, Brad? Don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet your hero.
Don't meet your heroes. I don't find that to be true, though. I'll be honest with you. I do not find that to be true. Because everybody that I have met that is, you know, famous or whatever, that's like a customer or whatever,
Yeah.
they have all been ridiculously cool. Like, just like the most chill, normal people. Now, I haven't met all of them. Like, we haven't actually met everybody that we built a PC for that's famous or whatever. But the people that we have met, just, I mean, dude, is anyone more chill than Jed Pulver?
Oh.
Like, You know,
He's so cool.
literal UFC Hall of Famer, and just like, you know, like, hey, I almost up at Starbucks. You want anything? Like, you know, just like the most normal dude ever. Jens is ridiculously cool. If you get a chance to follow Jens, and Jens is doing all the UFC live streams. He's running the UFC's Twitch channel and whatever else. We're trying to get the UFC to come on to Beam.
Yeah.
Which we will at some point. It's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until the UFC is Beam. Because Jens knows about Beam now.
I remember getting some text from Jens and being like, "Hold on, Dad, I got Jens texting me. I gotta answer Jens."
He called me the other day, man. He called me the other day. I was standing at my workbench building the PC, and he called me the other day. I'm like, "What's up, man? How's it going?" I thought he wanted something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people only call you when they want something. He wanted nothing. He was just like, "Hey, man, haven't talked to you in a while. Just want to see how you're doing." It's like, I'm doing good, man. Just the coolest dude, man. Jensen's been cool, and then we got a guy that is a huge, literal 9-figure athlete. That's a customer. We got a couple, but the one I'm thinking of, like, he and his wife have a foundation, and it's just like the coolest thing. And we're gonna do some stuff for the foundation. We'll post about it as it gets closer. But yeah, man, we got some like just really cool customers.
Yeah.
We have a lot of that. I mean, I think that's been my experience. Is most people are cool, honestly.
Let me check, Angel.
Although I'll say most of my favorite customers are not like high profile people. One of my favorite customers is Emery. Emery's a truck driver for Walmart. But he's been a customer that I've stayed in touch with over the years. And then Johnny from CGN. Johnny's not famous, but Johnny should be famous. Johnny should be famous just based on the fact that he's hilarious. Those are some of my favorite. Good thing I saved those stock AMD screws, Bradsky. You see how I did that by accident?
Yeah.
And it worked out. I didn't know that Jacob set me up with a bad spec here. So now I gotta upgrade Cody's CPU cooler on the fly. Sorry, Cody, you're getting better shit. My bad, dude. Actually, Jacob's bad. Remind me, Brad, what's the cost difference between these two, and then I'll build Jacob for I'll build Jacob for the cost difference. I'm kidding. I won't really do that.
I had the Ethernet cord plugged into the gigabyte slot.
You did what now?
I had the Ethernet cord plugged into the 10 gigabyte slot.
Is it not supposed to be there?
I have no idea. I thought it would be fine because it's 10 gigs, but I guess it was the beam screen kept dropping down to 250p
really?
or 240p. So I swapped it over, and now it's at 1080.
Now it's 1080. Now I'm
Remember
in
that?
full HD.
Yeah.
I'm in HD, baby. I'm in full heavy duty. Get some. All right. Yeah. No, Jacob would be pissy if I ever raided his garden, dude. That's 'cause Jacob don't play with his garden, man. Dude, you want to get in a fight with Jacob, you fuck around with his plants. The nature boy will be upset with you. I gotta tell him to quit opening the stupid doors and everything in the warehouse all the time. I'm like, dude, we got like $1 million worth of computer equipment back here. You can't let the humidity in. It's such a nice day out.
Right. We rolling today? Yes, we're gonna be rolling for the Lamborghini car, or maybe a sweatshirt.
Your choice.
Your
Winner's
choice.
choice. Guaranteed winner today.
Do we want to do rolls or do we want to do different?
I think, I don't know, man. That's a good question. How should we do this giveaway, Brad? What do you think?
Rolls might be a lot to manage.
Yeah, because we're cross platforms.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So we gotta do.
Let me see if I can find a different one. Renee, thanks for the sub on YouTube. Thank you.
We got. I don't know, man. How are we gonna do this giveaway? We should do. I guess we could do rolls, right?
Yeah.
We
we'll
could
just
do,
make it
we'll do
100 or
spins
something.
and then we'll just do. Well, but I don't want to have somebody doesn't have to hit it exactly though. I want a guaranteed winner.
Okay, so like next closest.
Yeah, like so it's whoever. Here we'll do it like Price is Right style. So closest without going over,
Okay.
or if if nobody hits the exact number, we'll roll out of 1,000, and it'll be closest without going over.
Cool.
So if the number is like, 418, and you were 419, you still will lose because you're over.
Okay. So it has to be under. but
Yeah, so you got it. So it's closest without going over. So
Okay.
Is that right? Whatever.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
I don't know if it's right, but damn it, that's what we're doing. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to make a decision and stick with it, Brad. I'm not always great at that. I wanted to make sure I didn't, like, these wires that run right by that screw. I didn't want to screw through the fan wires.
Oh yeah.
I've done that. Dude, that will piss you off, like wrecking a fan because you put a screw through the wire. Like a dummy. Oh, I've done that. I'm not gonna say I've done that many times, but I've definitely done that. Put a screw right through the wire. Like a dummy.
All right. So rolls are open for everybody on any platform. So just type in roll, and I'll copy your number or your name, and then I'll start giving everybody their numbers.
Should we give it extra? I don't know. Should we give it extra roll for people on team?
We could. Well,
I just-
no, that might be too hard.
Too harsh?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I blatantly favor Beam as my favorite platform. I'm unabashedly a homer for Beam.
We could just give them two numbers.
No, we'll make it fair.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing the PC giveaway. We'll be on Beam. I mean, if you're not on Beam, get on Beam. Ooh. Get on Beam.
All right. Show me them titties. Snap key and inner void. You've been marked down.
Every time you say that, I'm like, man,
Good name.
that is a good name. That's a good handle. Brad, I gotta have to move the power supply down, I think. This is what happens. Never building a damn thing. And then Jacob specs the wrong shit in, and then, man.
Roll. Yes. So all you have to do is just type in roll in the chat.
Now I gotta move the power supply tray down and everything. Damn it, Jacob. Oh. I feel like Napoleon Dynamite. You know? Maybe I'll flip this whole thing around, Brad. Maybe I'll flip the whole power supply around. What do you think about that?
Oh, you
That'll give us the extra room we need too on the cables. I'm just this is all experimental. You know? We're just winging it here. I don't know, just people watching in chat are probably, does this dumbass even know how to build a PC? Like, what is he doing? Actually, yes. Built thousands and thousands of PCs. But, I tell you, even if you've built thousands and thousands of PCs.
Deep stank roll. You roll. Let me you roll. Let's see your name. Alright. Deep stank, I got you down. Yeah, so just type roll in the chat. I'll copy your name down, and then with the spinner, everybody will get one. Well, they'll get a number.
Number?
And then at the very end of the stream, we'll re-roll, and that will be for the winning. We're gonna do Price is Right rules. So if your number is closest but under,
Closest without going over.
yes, closest without being.
Is that how they say it? Yeah, be like when you spin the wheel, is the closest to the dollar without going over.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
think
same.
so.
You do that on the thing too, where you like they show you the thing, like guess how much it costs, and then
Deep Stank says the more I look at the car, the more I want to put E.
hey, bro, really, dude,
That car is pretty cool, man.
you kidding me? Like, look at that. Yeah, see that? How do you guys not like my car?
Diecast said it's a cool car.
It is a cool car,
It's a very
man.
cool car.
I,
Alright, Dakota Trooper, I got you.
I like toys, dude. You know? Why do you think I own a gaming PC company, bro? Because I'm a adult. Why? Kidding me? My wife says I'm like a perpetual child.
How do I get a free PC?
Enter the global giveaway on Beam.
Yes,
And
type
never-
in exclamation giveaway. Give you a direct link.
And then never ask me again. Just kidding.
Step Key says I like the car. It's just Deep Stank, I guess.
Rat'll tell you how annoyed I get with all the people that ask for free shit. Oh, God. There's something about this generation, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Brad?
Yeah.
Like,
He just said, how do I get a free PC? LOL.
how do I get a free PC? You don't, you bum. Kidding. You entered a giveaway, man. There's something about this, like,
Oh, Dakota, those commands don't work on Beam. It's only for like YouTube and Twitch and stuff.
something about like, what's the age? Is it like under 30? I feel like it's like anyone under the age of 30 will just like randomly send you a DM like day one of asking for a free PC.
Yeah.
I don't reply back to those because I would probably be like day one of telling you to go F yourself. Like, day one of telling you get smoked, scrub.
Angel
Like,
says, TJ, I need a free PC.
yeah. Angel, you got free PCs, man. We're doing the giveaways for Beam. Those aren't really free though. Angel comps us for those. Dude, you know you know what I hate the worst? Because I really like. Okay. I don't know how this became a thing, but now we're starting to get like people like mailing us like snail mail.
Oh, yeah.
Like mailing us like invitations to their birthday party, like, you know, graduation announcements and shit like that, like whatever. I got a rule. If you're a kid, like a real kid, not like a 30-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like if you're a real kid and you write like an actual letter and like address the envelope and whatever and you send it to us, you will get something. I've never not sent something to like a kid that sent. Remember we sent, we send like a T-shirt or a hoodie or whatever. But I'll never not send something to like a kid that actually like bothers to write a letter or like postcard or what I like write it out. You know what I mean? And like and actually do the thing. But if you're trying to like slide into my DMs, The worst, the people that I just want to absolutely like mother F are the people that like get into the DMs and ask for free shit and they don't even follow us.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you don't even follow me, dude. Like, you lazy prick. Could you at least click follow before you ask me for a bunch of free shit? Like, God, what the hell's the matter with you? Like, you know? Like, wouldn't you at least follow somebody before you ask them for like thousands of dollars worth of free shit?
You'd think.
Like, you know, you're just lazy. I block them.
Hey, Brad, you can come to my bar mitzvah.
Yeah, just know that if you ask for free stuff and you don't even follow us, you're getting blocked with impunity, with disgust. I'm not only blocking you, I'm like blacklisting you. We have a couple people on the, we have a do not fly list. Like people that are barred from ever ordering anything from us. Like, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. There's just like some people, not most people. Most people are cool, but there's just certain people in life that it's just, no matter what you do, they're just bound and determined to be miserable, you know?
Yep.
So just let them be miserable. Be miserable without me, dude. I ain't trying to be miserable.
Yeah.
You know? No. I got enough shit going on, dude. Last thing I need is some miserable prick, you know? No matter what you do, they're never gonna be happy. You know?
Yeah.
I'm willing to be unreasonable to like take care of people that are doing you know, like customers that got an issue or something. I'll be unreasonable in order to accommodate them, keep them happy. As long as they demonstrate a willingness to be happy and satisfied. Like if you're gonna help somebody and above and beyond, like that should be the normal, the standard. But some people are just jerks, man. Where like it doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna be mad. So you just don't do nothing for those people. Because it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you do. They're bound and determined that they're not gonna be happy. So you just let them be unhappy. That's what I do. Most people are cool though. I'd say 98% of people are cool. What do you think, Brad? About 98%?
I would say so.
And then of the other 2%, like probably 1% of that 2%, so 50% of the 2%, which is 1% of the total percent. You can follow along, it's not that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so 1% of the total 100, but half of the 2% that are not cool. At least, even though they're not cool, they can at least be reasoned with.
Yep.
And there's like 1% that is not cool and they can't be reasoned with. And we don't let those people order PCs from us anymore. Well, I'm never buying a PC from your company again. Good. Do me a favor. Because I'll go way out of my way. Yeah, guys are 64. No, guys are cool, man. I have found with dudes, the thing with dudes is like dudes get passive aggressive in the email. They get passive aggressive, and then when you talk to them on the phone,
yeah,
then they're, you know, like, and if they start, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I want everybody to be happy and enjoy their PC and like have fun. That's what we're trying to do. Like trying to like do cool, fun stuff. And,
yeah,
you know, that's what I'm about. But if you're a dick, that's the worst, man. The only time I get like real upset is if people are rude to the employees. Like I understand like you're having a problem or something, you know what I mean? Which most of the time, I'll be honest, most of the tech support nothing to do with the computer.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time we'll still help you, even if it's you, not the computer, which most of the time it is. Not all the time, but probably 95%. Probably 95% of our tech support is what we in the business refer to as a picnic. Picnic, if you're following along at home, means problem in chair, not in computer. What we call a picnic for tech support. But we'll still help you. Because most of the time it's like drivers or, you know, the game has a corrupted install, or you got some Windows update that didn't finish, or, you know, whatever.
When a biz is BBB accredited, people feel like they can threaten them more.
Yeah, but we're still BBB accredited. Because I don't know, it's old school like that. Because you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got to like maintain a membership and whatever, and it's not free. And you also, to be a Better Business Bureau accredited business, you have to agree that, like, you know, if you're gonna, you can't just like litigate. Like, you have to go to arbitration and then whatever, and it like costs
Oh,
you.
really?
Yeah. So you agree to let the Better, like, if somebody files a Better Business Bureau complaint, you agree to let the Better Business Bureau like do arbitrage on between like you and the complainant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they feel like they can like hang it over your head more, but I don't know. Like, I believe in doing it anyways, because I'm not like, I actually don't mind if people feel like they have like additional recourse or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not like, yeah, because I know that we're not out to like screw anybody over, so I ain't worried about, oh, what if they get me?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because we're not doing anything stupid. So I'm not worried about getting caught being funky with people, because we're not doing anything funky. It's cool. It's like my grandpa always told me, if you just tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you lied about. Like, you know what I mean? That's good life advice, man. If you just tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. Because then, you know, we've all done that. I did that. I used to do that when I was a kid. You know, like,
Lie?
yeah, tell some bullshit lie to your parents and then forget what you lied about, and then later on you contradict yourself, and then your mom's like, "Oh, gotcha," and you're in trouble. And I may have done that once or twice. Yeah. As I got older, I felt more like, you know, when it came to my parents, I was like, "Hey, mom and dad, thank you and sorry about that." But, you know,
Yeah.
it felt more and more like that as I got older, where it's like, "Thank you and sorry." Like, especially when I started having kids, which I didn't wait real long. I was 19 when Erica was born. Yeah. Didn't wait real long on that. Not recommended. I do like her, okay. I was talking to Kyle. Kyle actually is the owner of a competitor.
Yeah.
But we're friends. And they're good people. So I do talk to other system integrators. We're all, I guess, competitors, but we're not all enemies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was talking to Kyle, because he's getting ready to be a dad, not too distant future.
Oh, hey, congrats to him.
And yeah, he's excited. I'm excited for him, dude, because he's a good dude. Like, I like seeing good people have kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, they're going to be good parents, and, you know, like, things will be cool. And I do like seeing people that are good people breed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, have kids, you know, people that are going to do the right thing. And, like, you don't want a kid to be born into some, like, you know, shitty household and whatever. But anyway, him and his girl are good folks. So it'll be cool to see him be a dad and everything. But I was telling him, I said, you know, it's funny because, like, one day they're babies, and then the next day you're getting letters from the tollway in the mail because they didn't pay their tolls and the car's registered to you. And like, Erica. That happened to me. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
It's just about that. I might have talked about that on stream yesterday.
Yeah, I think
that annoyed the shit out of me, dude. It really did. It really irritated me. Like, is it not enough that I like co-signed for your car and whatever else? Like, paid for your license plate. Now you gotta run the toll, and then I get the letter. Damn kids. It's all part of the experience.
Angel says, TJ, how are you liking your new Whoop?
My new Whoop. Yeah. Dude, I'm being constantly reminded that I'm not healthy. That I need to do better. Not managing my stress well. I'm getting a lot of red recoveries. Not sleeping well. And part of that is the baby. And part of that is like the stress of all this stuff we got going on. Dude, we got so much stuff going on. Like, for real.
I know.
It's a lot, man. Thank God Brad does a bunch of it, because, dude, I would not be making it if it was just me by me onesie. Just me by me onesie. That'd be bad news. Bad news bears. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. We got like the Mike Davis stuff going on. We got the Jens Polar stuff going on. Now we got Cody Dennison going on. Now we got Sarah Nochi going on with their review. We got the Sim Gaming Expo coming up. We got the stuff going on with Grid Life. We got the Bits Power stuff. We got the Redone Foundation stuff. We just got like, yeah, they just got a lot of stuff going on, man. And then I got 6 kids at home. So it's, yeah, my whole life is stress. Basically. I mean, it could be worse, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I could be ugly or something.
I guess I got you.
I could be ugly. That would be worse. But at least I'm a beautiful, attractive man with a wife that's better looking than me. I am in the better looking than me wife club. Like, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a big win, dude. When your wife's better looking than you. That's a good day.
Yep.
Every day is a good day when your wife is a lot better looking than you. And that's every day for me.
Mike Davis, what's up?
Oh, is Mike in the chat?
He is on Instagram.
Oh, right on. Yeah, FedEx just picked up your PC, Mike. We did. Yeah, I texted him earlier. I texted him the AI Mike Davis you made. I don't know if he texted me back. Look, I've been looking at my phone. But yeah, Brad made an AI Mike Davis animation for that.
Yeah.
And I see that's on that list of like things that Brad does that I don't even know how to do. It's like, if somebody would have been like, "Oh, go make a AI animation," I'd be like, "What? Huh? Who? No. No. It's a good thing that I got Brad for that stuff. And a lot of other stuff. Brad's doing a lot with Sim Gaming Expo. And yeah, dude. That's still the freezer. DQ Daniels texted me. I just looked at my phone at the right time.
Oh, nice.
I just repaired my friend's computer and he owes a couple Dairy Queens. He's like, "You want me to bring some dilly bars and Buster bars and I'll fill the freezer?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh man, worst time to be doing keto.
I know. I was gonna say, too bad Brad's on a diet now. Don't fall off the wagon, Brad. Brad's doing awesome. Brad's lost an absolute ton of weight. All right, I need to grab more fans.
I actually noticed it this morning when I was looking in the mirror. I was like,
Dude, you look
"Man,
like you're down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diecast, you guys are cool. I track with a lot of what you got. What you're saying. Jeez. Shouldn't have been a tongue twister, but it was. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us. Just here trying to have a good time, you know? What's up, Valkyra? Here, let me show everybody's roles again here. Again, so if you're in chat, any chat this time, type role, and I'll put your name on the list. We'll get you a number, and we're giving away that Lambo car that you can see.
2360.
Or an APC hoodie. Winner's choice. Black. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And you have to mount to left side,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get in the way of that power supply, but you really gotta watch that fan then.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, I'm putting the intake fans in now. I had to go get some more fans.
So you're doing all
Ooh.
those cables?
What do you mean? Yeah, dude.
Fans, dude. I want to see how TJ cables this.
Hey.
Because I can tell, this is the case, I will be unmuted.
Yeah, we're.
I have this case at home. This is my case. Just the wood front panel with tempered glass on the side. Is this the wood one too again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my exact case. I would say it took longer for me to hide all the cables
Yeah.
than it took me to actually build the system.
Don't worry, you'll have a chance to hide all these cables.
Cheaters.
No, I don't.
Really?
No, don't. I want to do this and then we'll clean it up off air. Cause
Oh, so that means CJ's gonna hand it to me.
damn right, dude. I'm fucking
You've
100%.
been implying that this whole time.
Did you ever get the CPU cable in?
No.
Good luck reaching it with a rad.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're gonna have to take the rat out.
You want to get the post. I had to fix all of TJ's fans earlier.
From yesterday. Shit happens, dude.
I love that case though, man. This
Case is cool.
I love gaming case.
All right, what are we doing? We back on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been on this
Oh,
whole
all
time.
right. I'm gonna make Nick clean up the cable.
I used to do an 11 today with all of our fans in it.
Nick cheated though. This is Nick's personal thing.
I
I am gonna take this shroud off, dude, and kick these tubes over, because otherwise they're gonna get sucked up into that middle fan. You know what I mean?
Can I sneak in here? What are you talking about?
These hydro shift tubes.
Oh yeah, take the shroud off.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm gonna
if you-
take the shroud off and then move
And then on
them.
this other side, there's hooks you have to
Yeah,
take off.
I'll unhook the tubes in the back. That way we can move them off to the side.
And then if you want,
This is what I get.
if it's easier,
Trades, I got you.
if
Yeah,
it's
do the-
easier to get the tubes in. I mean, the tube's there though.
They're not that bad. But the problem is they kink up into the fan, so we're gonna have to unhook them in the back there. Take that
You
shroud
can
off.
also mount the power supply here,
Yes, we might do that.
and then that way the tubes can go in front of
We
it.
might have to mount the power supply.
That's how I have it. It actually looks nicer.
I think we'll hang the power supply here because I was trying to get it, on the hanging on the front there. I think we're gonna have to hook it on the back.
Yeah, I had it front mounted, but then I changed it to side mount because
I think we're gonna do the side mount.
I put bottom intake in, so it just gave it more.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about the wood is actually mesh on the front. So you-
I saw that. That's good. So you have a good.
But I did side because I have bottom intake fans, so they just blow up into the.
That's yeah. We're gonna put some intake fans in here, dude. This is crazy. This case is so little to have 7 fans.
What GPU's going in there?
Like 5070 Ti. That's why I want the bottom intake.
You might have to do slim fans. If it's more than a perfect,
Let's see.
if it's more than a perfect 2-slot card, because I have a,
Let's see. No, it's a 3-slot card.
you'll need slims. Because my
I need
7900
slims.
XT is like 2 millimeters over big.
Dude, who put this spec together? Jacob. God.
Jacob has the case too, but he has no bottom fan.
Golly,
You
Jacob.
can have the GPU act as the intake.
Dang, dude. Was he even thinking when he put this thing together?
Like,
Jeez.
I'll send you my case. I'll send you my build so we can compare it.
Jacob.
Oh my!
Dude, and then we would do the stream on a day he's on vacation and he don't have to come in here and clean up his mess. Jacob. Dang, man. What a bum. Just setting me up for all kinds of struggles.
Yeah.
On my live stream, man. I told Liz, I looked at the spec sheet and I was like, I'll tell you right now, something's going wrong with this. Remember when I said that this morning?
Yep.
I was right. I was dead on with that. I said, how are you going to get a 280 in there with that heat sink? And then I looked and they're like, it'll fit. And I was like, okay. And nope, sure as hell. Didn't fit. I knew it. Then we put the 360 in there.
Jacob messed up. Womp womp.
Jacob. That's all right. I've done that kind of shit to him like a million times. Where I'll spec out a custom build and I'll forget about some incompatibility between the parts in terms of the actual fit. All right, we'll see if this will fit with the fans in the bottom. Nah, I don't think we're gonna be able to put the bottom fans in. Damn it. All right, so we'll have to get a slim fan. I don't even think a slim fan's gonna fit because this thing's beefy, dude. I don't even think you get a slim in there.
Here, throw it in. Cause like I have
Jacob. The Noctuas. Jacob. 5060 should be 12 gigs. 5060 Ti should be 16 gig only. See, I understand that perspective, and I have some sympathy for that. I really do. But I also have two major pet peeves when it comes to PC hardware. I'm about to get on a rant, Brad. The first is everybody complaining about VRAM, and then they play in 1080p. If you're playing in 1080p, 8 gigs of VRAM is fine. I don't care what game you're playing or what you're doing. If you're playing in 1080p, 8 gigs of VRAM is fine. Period, full stop. And then the other thing is the people that think the CPU like makes a huge difference. You know, if you're playing in 4K, dude, you're GPU bound. You're GPU bound. Your CPU doesn't mean beans. There's going to be very little difference between, you know, this is why everybody, because I know everybody's all up on the AMD. No, it doesn't depend on the game, dude. If you are in 4K, you are virtually always GPU bound. I'll die on that hill. If you're in 4K, you are GPU bound, dude. Like the kind of titles that people play in 4K, you are GPU bound. Your CPU is not going to make really much difference at all. And everybody loves these AMD 3D V-Cache CPUs, and they are great. I'm not saying they're not.
Walk back in here, dude.
But everybody's like complaining that like, you know, oh, the Intel stuff, blah, 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 blah. Listen, there'd be nothing different. If you're playing Cyberpunk, 4K, max settings, ray tracing, path tracing, all that stuff, and you're telling me that you're going to compare your AMD X3D chip to an Intel chip, not going to matter. Not going to matter. You're GPU bound.
You're tempting me to pull up benchmarks.
Do it. Pull up benchmarks, 4K, max settings.
I'm taking Brad's chair.
Telling you. There'd be very little difference between X3D and Intel in 4K. Very little difference.
You got a new Brad?
What is it, the 285K?
The Core Ultra 9 285K, yeah. Dude, even do the Core i7. The Core Ultra 7 265K. Do an Ultra 7 265K against a 9800 X3D and 4K Cyberpunk max settings. I bet it's like 1% difference.
Oh, is this popping up?
Bet you.
How do I hide this off screen?
What are you trying to hide? Share the window.
Share window. Oh, this is showing a bunch of benchmarks.
I want to see actual benchmarks. from a game.
That's 1080p.
Don't show me 1080.
No, I know.
4K, baby. 4K or bust. You know, like how you would actually play. That's my beef with these reviewers. These reviewers, they'll go and they'll deliberately use hardware for what you would never buy it for. And they'll be like, see? Because they don't understand what it's for. Well, they do understand what it's for. They're deliberately misrepresenting.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, everyone's creaming their trousers over these AMD 3D V-Cache chips. And they're great. I'm not saying they're not worth getting excited about. But people are sleeping on that Ultra 7 265K at $300. Dude, at $300, that chip stomps a Ryzen 7 9800X3D at $470. The Ryzen 7 is $170, $180 more. And it is not
This is 4K. Well, in this little short that's pulling up, it's looking like 9800X3D is getting between 90 to 93. Slightly sober.
What game is this?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
And the 285K is getting about 86 to 89. So I mean, like, it's within like a 10 FPS, 5 to 10 FPS margin.
I'm surprised it's even that much. That's more than I thought it would be.
4K. I mean, dude, it's just like.
Is that 4K max settings, ray tracing, everything?
Mm-hmm. But dude, it's just like
I'm surprised it's that much.
But the trade-off is, if I was building a PC just for like video editing and stuff like that, like a workstation PC and game on the side, I'd probably go Intel.
Dude, I understand that like Intel is down right now. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, a Ryzen 7 9800X3D is $480.
That's the big thing.
That
Which is the 285K.
the 265K, the Ultra 7, 265K is $300.
But that was comparing it to a 285K.
It won't be any difference. Do the Ultra 7 265K versus a 9800X3D 4K gaming. Go do like an average, like do like a 10 game average. There's got to be some like website.
I want to play this, but not have volume. Volume off, volume's off.
I don't know how to do the. Brad knows how to like bring volume into the chat. And all
You
that
got
shit.
a board. People can see it on the side.
Okay.
So at 4K max, God of War, Ragnarok. Yeah, I mean it's like a 3 FPS difference
Right.
here.
3 FPS. So you're paying 100.
Now
And,
it just jumped up to 10 FPS. So 143 versus 124. 140 versus 120.
can't believe it's that much.
But
That's
these
crazy.
are like spikes.
Just look for like a aggregate
Yeah,
average.
it's averaging now. Now I'm seeing it like average in a fight 140 to like 120, 123.
I can't believe it's that much.
And switch to Cyberpunk. Oh, we already. Oh, well, Cyberpunk we did the 260. So 9800X3D was kind of at the same thing it was with the i9, like 90 FPS, 96 right now. And this is all with a 3090 Ti, but all same CPU.
See that, man?
But it's all the same CPU, so that's the only difference.
Yeah.
And then 265K is about 75, 77.
I'm telling you, dude. People sleep on that 265K.
But I mean, like,
$300.
at the same time, for $300, it's like, if someone said, like, hey, you're going to save for $300 versus what, like 450, 480?
Yeah, like $480.
Yeah, like if someone told me, like,
Well, then you're talking about the boards, right? Because the boards are cheaper too. So you get a Z890 board for less than an X870E because the boards are less money too.
yeah, but I'm a B850 guy.
You're probably saving $300.
Yeah, I'm a
Between
50 motherboard guy. Everyone, I don't overclock or do anything like that, so I'm gonna go B. My last motherboard was a B650.
That's the other thing. You can't even overclock the X3D chips. So if you're
Well,
gonna,
the 9800 X3D you can boost because I forgot what they did with the new gen, but
you know,
I was actually surprised with the 9700X because that was the first time, because the 7700X wasn't feeding the 5800 X3D, but the
Right.
9700X is actually
dude, the
really close.
9700X is.
It's really close to the 7800 X3D.
But here, compare a night because if you want to compare price points, compare a 9700X to an Ultra 7 265K.
Oh, Assassin's Creed isn't fair. Assassin's Creed is a huge AMD fanboy. Yeah, 138 on the 9800 X3D and 115 on the 265K. But Assassin's Creed is like an AMD game.
That's probably my favorite IP of all time, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, how far it's fallen.
Dude, it really has. What do you think was peak Assassin's Creed? I'd say Black Flag.
Oh yeah. Characters Altair will always be my favorite.
Altair, the
Oh.
the OG.
But peak game, two, and then I even like Connor a lot. I like 3. I thought 3 was underappreciated
I underappreciated 3.
because I thought
I did not see with 3. I felt like 3 was where they started to go like woke.
why?
You know, like, oh, who's the bad guy? Oh, like when I play video games,
It was
I want to be.
still, the bad guy
listen.
was your daddy.
I'm just saying, they want to like blur the lines of, you know, morality and whatever in 3, and I'm not.
See, I thought Connor was cool because he was just cold and collected.
I'm simple, Nick. I want to be the good guy. I want to kill the bad guys.
I miss Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Someone Snapkey said he loved AC3's multiplayer. I miss Assassin's Creed multiplayer because it was like one of the original like Mafia, like how you play Mafia with your friends.
Right.
Felt like that because you were always hunting someone and someone was always hunting you. But honestly, though, this might be a hot take. I think peak gameplay was Unity. I think Unity had the best parkour and combat for Assassin's Creed.
Unity was buggy when it first
On
came out.
console, it was super buggy, and that's when they changed it. And I hated Syndicate. I thought it was boring and repetitive.
I thought Syndicate was cool. Like I liked the Victorian London.
Like the setting was cool. It was
Yeah,
a good
that I liked the setting
But-
for Syndicate.
game.
That's what I enjoyed about Syndicate.
But when they switched to the RPG style, like when they were trying to copy Witcher with Origins and Odyssey, that went downhill. I think if they took Unity and they just if they made a non-buggy version of Unity and they advanced what that game was doing, I think Assassin's Creed would still be great.
There was something about Black Flag, dude.
Black Flag was just really good.
I've played Black
I
Flag.
saw.
I've played Black Flag all the way through twice.
I love taking out the the garrisons, like circling with your ship, and then you just storm
And that-
it
well,
and
the-
go in and kill the
Did you
general.
go? Did you go to like the 4 corners of the map and beat the like special
Yeah,
ships and whatever? That
Assassin-
was tough.
Black Flag was the last one I 100%ed.
What was the CPU in Mike Dave's PC?
So 9800 X3D.
98. And then what was the
No, Mike Dave's got 9950 X3D. Sorry, my
and then
bad.
what was the cooler? It's the Titan.
The Titan 360 RX LCD in white.
And then
Man, this is hard to get this thing on the header. I should have done this different.
but they're remaking it Black Flag and Unreal 5. Dude, I was gonna tell TJ because he had hope for this game. Why I was pessimistic was Skull and Bones.
Yeah, I did have. I had
But-
hope for Skull and Bones. Remember we made that pirate ship build for the
Yeah.
Skull and Bones launch, and
But dude, apparently I saw a trailer that apparently Ubisoft is trying to do a No Man's Sky thing and completely revive the game. I saw a trailer where it looked like they're actually trying to completely overhaul the game and bring in like land combat and stuff, being able to get off the ship and fight. So I'm wondering if because it's a really good idea. There's not enough pirate games out there, so like I wonder if I can.
that's where to me Black Flag really excelled the most was like the storyline.
I think the biggest problem with Skull and Bones was that it changed genres. Like the game itself changed like 4 or 5 times. If I remember when they first announced it, it was supposed to be like just a 4v4 arena game.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Sid Meier's Pirates?
Oh yeah.
That I would love to have.
You can get it on Steam.
Yeah. Yes, too.
I still play Sid Meier's Pirates.
Yeah, I'm trying to look this up, so I'll send it to you.
I tell you, I still play Sid Meier's Pirates. I bet I play Sid Meier's Pirates once every like 2 years. As I'll go and I'll some random Saturday and I'll sync.
Brad, your phone.
Man. That's a great ringtone, Brad.
Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to overhaul the game. It's the year 2 update. Skull and Bones year 2 content update. They're going to be featuring
Man, I finally got that thing on the header. There you
land
go.
combat with sword fight. So you can use blades or firearms.
Dude, this rad's gonna have to come out, Nick. And then we have to route all this stuff behind this. I'll have to do all this off air.
There's no back panel to route.
No, but I'm gonna have to route it around behind the heat shield and stuff. I'm gonna have to do all this off air.
There
Damn,
is-
dude.
Yeah, there's a hook up there.
There's way too much. Yeah, there's a channel up there that I ran a bunch of stuff through. But I'm gonna have to recable this whole thing, dude.
Yeah, because you want to.
Jacob made this whole thing a fucking mess with this spec. Anyway, we'll make it work.
Look at I see the GPU in there.
Yeah, there's not enough space in the bottom, bro.
No, that's not how much I have. You can fit slims, some Noctua slims in there. You just have to put the fans in before the GPU.
Yeah, well, the GPU takes 2 seconds to take out.
Yeah, but you can fit slim fans in there.
We probably have it, but that's the whole thing. I'll have to put a. I'm gonna have to take the rad back out and then route everything different. This is like a mess.
Everyone, I offered. I came in and said, TJ, that's my case.
No, dude. The whole problem was we don't have the right. Like we should have picked a board with a shallower heatsink and whatever else. This was a mess, but this I mean, it'll work. It's just we're gonna have to do a little modding or something. And I'll do that off the air because I'll have to move this PSU to hang in the back, and then we'll figure out a way to get all this in here for Cody. But anyway, it's 5, so we gotta bounce because I gotta do kids and stuff. I'll patch this up tonight and whatever. But anyway,
Brad in here so we can say goodbye. I don't know how to do this.
yeah, we gotta do the giveaway. We gotta pick the giveaway winner before we sign off. This was not a well-planned stream. But the end result will be dope. We'll post it on the gram and the X and so on. But yeah, this was not a correctly executed. This was not planned right.
That's why I offered, because that case you really want to plan ahead of time before you start building.
No, I had to change the AIO midstream because the 280 didn't fit and all the. This was not. I was set up for failure, but we'll get I mean, it's not like beyond figuring out.
No, it's a good PC, man. It'll work.
It's just we got to get. I might change some of these fans out.
It's growing pains. It's just part of the pains of building small form factor builds.
But we'll have to do some cable routing and whatever with the rad out. We'll have to take this off and kick the tubes over to the side, which we can do. It's made to do that. But all right, we got to get Brad in here so we can do the giveaway roll, and then I got to go pick up kids. We'll tidy this up tonight.
But yeah. And we also want power supply placement because you don't want those tubes to come down and get on the power supply.
True. We gotta roll. We gotta do the giveaway, Bradsky.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to cable this like off air, dude, because this is all. Jacob screwed me up with this CPU cooler.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna blame Jacob.
That's the easiest thing. Blame the guy who's not here.
That's right. He's not even here to defend himself. So we'll make this work though.
But
And
yeah,
then
I can take out the SSD or the SATA SSD bracket. I've
Yeah.
got the power supply there so the tubes don't get in the way of it.
we'll mount it up top and then we'll
All
talk
right.
about that. All right.
What's up, nubs?
What's up, nubs?
All right.
But I'm gonna turn off the lights, guys.
Cool. All right, here we go.
See you tomorrow,
Here's the spin for the winner.
Spin for the win. Must
Shit
be
in the
present.
garden.
Shit in this garden. No, he'll probably fertilizer.
291.
He probably has a composter. Nerd.
291. Who wins with 291?
Who won with 291?
302.
302's over.
Oh yeah, you're right. Forgot the rules already.
Come on, Brad.
I think 243. Diecast.
243 diecast wins, dude. Does he want a hoodie or does he want my Lamborghini?
Do you want a hoodie or a Lambo diecast?
Do you want the Lambo or does he want an Alexander PC's hoodie? Take the hoodie.
Oh, he said I have to leave. Must be present to win the giveaway. The car. Okay, he's here.
He's here. All
Oh
right.
yeah. All right.
Taking my car? Damn it! I honestly wanted him to take the hoodie. All right, that's all right. I'll get another.
Cool.
I'll get another toy car. All right. So send us a DM with the address, and then we'll send you my Lamborghini.
Yeah, diecast. Do you have a Twitch account?
But just have him email you.
All right. Yeah. Email me.
Damn it! Now I gotta get a new Lamborghini.
Nope said too hot for a hoodie.
Yeah, that's true.
It is pretty warm.
It is definitely warm.
But yeah, diecast. Email me.
Dude, I'm annoyed that I didn't get to finish this. I'm gonna have to. There's a lot of cabling that's gonna have to be done here. I'm gonna have to do it off. I'm gonna have to take the rat out and run everything through the back hub.
Oh wow.
Well, I wasn't planning on moving the power supply over because I was planning on having a 280, and Jacob messed me all up. I blame Jacob. I might swap those fans out too, so we get to like something that doesn't have the 5 volts and so we'll be less. Anyway, we'll post the end result. Poor Cody, probably like, you guys are dumbasses. We're doing a live build on something that we didn't plan out really well ahead of time. Dummies.
I could make you guys one of Cody's trucks if you have a big decal on it. I don't know what size decal. I know we are getting put on the cart.
We better be on the car, man. I want to go to one of these NASCAR things. I do want to go to one of these. When do they got one? Like, we got to figure out a schedule because I don't want to go to someplace like far.
Yeah.
I want to do it drivable. We got to figure out what the schedule. How about you make me someone? Jeez, poor Cody. I thought we were gonna finish Cody's PC on the stream, but this whole changing the cooler screwed me all up. But I'll get all the cables tucked in behind the tray and everything and make it look all neat. But I want to get some slim fans. Because the 5070 Ti is a little bit, a
little bit of a chunk.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck around with that. You want to blow cold air right into that thing.
Yep.
So I want to get at least a little intake fan in the bottom. I just want to make sure we'll test it. We could test. I think it'd be okay because it's open on the bottom. So these fans are close enough to the bottom of the case. They're basically intake fans, anyways. But,
Yeah.
But I don't want to. Because Cody's gonna beat on this thing. Better. We're making it so you can travel around with it and beat it. Dude, you remember when we built those PCs for the pickleball tour?
Yeah.
They had those things outside in like 100-degree heat,
Yep.
running fucking broadcasting machines and shit while they were like baking in the sun,
Yeah.
and they never broke. Now they're like, now they this okay. This I'm gonna say this because this it make me sound bitter, but I don't care. So the Pro Pickleball Tour used to order all their PCs from us, and like when they first started like blowing up a few years ago, they didn't have like a big budget, so they would buy all their PCs from us, and we built them so that they would fit in those Pelican cases. You know, the Pelican cases that people like ship guns and stuff in or whatever. So we built these PCs that they could ship around in these Pelican cases, and they had to sit out in the sun on like 98-degree days in Miami and shit, and run all day broadcasting pickleball games. And then pickleball blew up, and they got like air-conditioned broadcast trucks and vans and stuff now. So now the PCs can just sit in the air conditioning, and now they don't buy their shit from us anymore. Like, now they buy cheap shit because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that makes me mad. Because like when you needed real stuff that could sit out in the sun and bake and hold up to it, you came to us. And now that you got your fancy air-conditioned broadcast trucks, you turned on us, you bastards.
Paul Kara says it's raining again, just an FYI. Also, which sport is more boring, golf or pickleball?
I don't know.
I've never watched golf. I already know watching is kind of boring. Or watch pickleball.
Dude, you know what I like to watch? Soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just play, they don't stop. Hockey is a good watch. Did you watch the Stanley Cup Finals last night? The Florida Panthers won the second consecutive Stanley Cup last night.
Oh, yeah.
Defeating the Edmonton Oilers 4-2. This pleases me. This pleases me greatly. Because as Brad will tell you, I never want a Canadian hockey team to ever win a Stanley Cup ever again. Just because they're Canadian.
World Cup in the U.S. next year.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
totally.
cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
What state?
It's all over. It's all over. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a couple games in Mexico too. So like southern U.S.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Mexico, southern USA. Canada wishes they were the 51st state. Dude, have you seen those people in Canada? I don't want them voting. Not in our election. They keep electing dumbasses. I don't want them voting in our election. Keep them out. No 51st state. No to Canada as a 51st state. No.
Steph the Alter Nerd says, "Hey, what's up, everybody? Or everyone? I'm here because my mate Camelot says these boys are cool."
We are cool, man. We just gave away a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
We are cool, man. Shit. Yeah, I'd never want a Canadian hockey team ever to win another Stanley Cup. I don't think they've won one since the 90s. It's a National Hockey League. Guess which nation, boys? That's what I'm talking about. You guys, Canada might have all the best players, but guess what?
Yeah.
Whose league is it, huh? Huh? Whose league is it? The state of Florida has won more Stanley Cups than all of Canada in the last, 50 years. Suck on that, Canadians. That gun. No Mexicans.
What's up, Lappy? Says, "Man, I love seeing people build PCs. It's basically therapy."
Yeah, when they're not doing the wrong damn coolers and whatever. Jeez.
Steph the alternate. So what are you guys doing on the stream?
Well, we're about to be done. Yeah, because I gotta go pick up my kids, and I'm gonna have to fix this up so it doesn't look like shit when we send it to Cody.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I don't want that thing. We'll get it. We'll get it squared away. We'll show it on the stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we can prove that we fixed it up.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna have to take this radiator out and run all them cables in that little slot in the back and whatever. This is just gonna take me too long. That's what I get. I'm about to play Oblivion, dude. Did you play the remastered?
Yeah, I've been playing it. I played it for about a week, and then I downloaded Player Obscure, and then I've just been.
Boy, people are losing their mind over that game. Is that game that good?
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Manor Lords.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Because I can't do anything. Because, dude, all right. So I've been getting to play in the morning. Right. So I've been getting to do PC gaming in the morning from about 7 o'clock to about 8:15. And now the catch is I'm holding the baby because he's taking his nap. Like that's his schedule, right?
Yep.
So I get up at about 6:30, 6:40, and that's when he eats. So Denise, that's when he wakes up, and then he eats. So,
Yeah.
So Denise gets me up when Henry gets up. So then I'll get up and give him a bottle, right? And then like play with him and whatever. And then he's usually only awake for, like usually he goes right back to sleep after his bottle.
Yeah.
That's like his schedule. So I'll wake up like 6:30, I'll feed him, and then, like change his diaper, change his little outfit or whatever, and then by like 7 o'clock, he's ready, he's like finishing his bite, ready to go back to sleep already. But he doesn't take a super long nap. He only takes a nap for like an hour.
Yeah.
But you gotta hold, like you put him down, he'll wake up, right? So I gotta
Okay.
hold him. So I'm sitting in my chair and I'm holding the baby, and he's sleeping, and I can't. He's big enough now. I gotta switch arms about like every 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't do anything where I gotta like move around a lot. So Manor Lords is perfect because I can, I just move the mouse to my other hand and like click around and whatever.
Yeah.
So Crusader Kings would work too. Rate my PC specs. Can you try to link the thing?
There we go.
Ryzen 5 5600, 1660 Super. Dude, I had a 1650 Super
Oh yeah.
ever. That replaced my RX 580.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I went from an RX 580 to a 1650 Super. And my RX 580 replaced my GTX 980, which the GTX 980 was probably better, but I couldn't afford another. I couldn't afford another, like, I had a GTX 980 for a while, then I had an RX 580, then I went to the 1650 Super, and I kept my 1650 Super until I got my 3060 Ti. So I went from a 1650 Super to the 3060 Ti, and then I had my 4080 that I got from PNY.
Yeah.
And I still have my 4080 from PNY. That's my daily driver. Yeah, that's a good build, man.
Yeah. Solid build.
That's a good solid, like, what should you change? Nothing. You should play in 1080p and enjoy it. Because that's a good 1080p machine. For sure. Ryzen 5 5600 is a solid chip.
Yeah. Still.
But there's no point changing your chip at that point. Because if you're gonna buy a new chip, you may as well wait. Get one that's gonna be DDR5 and everything else. Because DDR5, Kingston's not gonna make DDR4 anymore.
Really, they're done.
Yeah, that just Chuck emailed me today that they're gonna stop making DDR4. I mean, not like right this second,
Yeah.
but they've announced when they're gonna stop making DDR4, and it's a few months out yet. But and I'm upgrading to a 2080 Ti. Yeah, 2080 Ti is great. You will not want that on a 650 watt power supply. A 2080 Ti, you need to change that power supply. 650 is not going to get it done on a 2080 Ti. I would bump it up. 2080 Ti, you need probably. I would do 1,000, honestly. 2080 Ti. 2080 Ti's are great though. What's the cost of a 2080 Ti though?
Let's find it. Oops. 2080.
What's a 2080 Ti cost?
Renewed from Amazon.
Wow, Lamborghini's car alarm.
Yeah.
That's diecast Lamborghini now.
About $500 on Amazon.
500 bucks.
That's
Way too high.
That's
I wouldn't pay
eBay.
500 bucks for 2080 Ti. Hell no.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, it
Even on
is. Yes, it is an old version of a 5080 lefty. He's like 1,000 watts. Holy shit! Is this an old version of a 5080? Yes, that's actually exactly. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Even on eBay, they're going for like 300, but a lot of them are like 500.
$500 for a 2080
Yeah.
Ti? Get out of here. You can get a 5070
Yeah.
for pretty close. What's a 5070 cost? Oh, hello. What's up?
Yeah, it's almost the same price. 5070.
Okay. I'm on a live stream. Can I call you back in 5 minutes? Alright. Bye. Out of my way.
Ah.
She's just calling me, telling me she loved me. But yeah, no, he said, holy cow, is that an old version? Yes, exactly what it is. It is exactly an older version of 5080. Plan on picking in parts, get a 3050 Super 16 gig. Where are you finding a 3050 Super 16 gig? Is that a thing?
I remember that.
I never heard of that. 1660 Super. If your budget for a GPU is $500, get a daggone 5060 Ti 16 gig. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Look at a 5060 Ti 16 gig against a 2080 Ti.
60.
Because you're not getting a 20, even if you're DIYing, you're getting a 2080 Ti. You're not getting a warranty.
2080.
And who knows? You buying a used 2080 Ti, dude. And don't get me wrong, it's a great GPU, but people could be mining with it, or
Yeah.
I mean, a used. There's not going to be too many gently used 2080 Ti's out there. At this point.
Yeah, 5060 Ti doesn't say if it's the 16 gig version or not. Not on user benchmarks, but it's 12% better or faster
Than
than
a
the
2080 Ti.
Ti.
Yeah. And you're talking about new architecture, so you're getting GDDR7 VRAM against GDDR, not 7. I think it's 6. It's GDDR6, right? The 2080 Ti.
Yeah.
Not 6X, just 6.
Yeah.
I think it's GDDR6, not 6X. So you're getting GDDR7 VRAM instead of GDDR6. You're getting like DLSS 4 support. You're getting, so yeah, if you have a $500 budget for a GPU, stay away from a 2080 Ti for $500. I would do it for $300 though. But I would fuck with a 2080 Ti for $300. That sounds like a fair price, honestly.
Yeah.
$300 for a 2080 Ti, I would do. You should bump the power supply up from a 650 though. 2080 Ti is a beefy power sucker. Depending on, especially if you got like a ROG Strix or a MSI, the Supreme or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, those are gonna draw a lot of juice. Old GPU still kick ass. Oh. Yeah, you can a 1080 Ti is still a good GPU. Like,
Yeah.
People are like, oh, it's so old. Like, it's still good.
Yeah.
I ran that RX 580 for years, and that was like a $200 card or something at the time. Like, because I bought it like pre-stupid COVID prices.
Yeah.
I think I paid $179 or something. It was under $200. And that was, I mean, it's, you're not gonna play 4K with it, but
Yeah.
you're paying, 1080p, or you're playing FPS games.
Right.
I'm playing an FPS game. I don't give a shit about ray tracing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to shoot that dude over there. Like, but yeah, old GPUs can be good, but yeah, if I was looking for a $500 GPU, I would buy probably a 5060 Ti 16 gig. That'd probably be what I would do. What 40 series can you get for $500?
Let's see.
Probably a 4070,
Let's see.
4070. I'd still rather have a 5060 Ti or a 4070.
They're just over 500 on
Yeah,
today.
I'm gonna say 4070, 500 bucks. I'd still rather have a 5060 Ti 16 gig. There's more VRAM than 4070.
Yeah, more VRAM.
Yeah. I would do the 5060
Mind's
Ti.
Eye launch is a disaster. Yeah, I've heard about that.
5080 versus 9070 XT. If you are actually playing in 4K, get the 5080. But
Yeah.
but I mean, if I have to pay for it, I'm buying the 9070 XT. If you're asking me which one's better, the 5080 is better. If you're asking me which one is better value, the 9070 XT is better value. Because you're not going to get as good a performance with FSR as you are with the LSS. You're not going to get as good of ray tracing with AMD as you are with GeForce. It doesn't have the whole supporting ecosystem of like reflex broadcast and NVENC encoding and like
Yep.
all the NVIDIA ecosystem, which is, I don't fight me. It's far better than the AMD ecosystem. I don't care what anybody says. If somebody said different, they're lying. They're either lying or they're misinformed. That's not my opinion. I'm sorry. Like the GeForce ecosystem is exponentially better than the Radeon ecosystem. That's
what
fair.
stopped me.
I mean,
Getting a 57.
that is that fair? That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I've been accused of being a fucking NVIDIA shill before, but
Their ecosystem's better.
there it's way better. Having said that, you can get a 9070 XT for under $1,000.
Yeah.
You can't even smell a 5080 for under $1,000 unless you somehow get your hands on like the one founder's card in the country for $999.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because most of your 5080s are going to cost $1,500 at this point, between $1,400 and $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to get like a low bin SKU for like $1,360, $1,359, like a shitty one, like a gigabyte, you know, gaming or whatever. But yeah, your 5080 is going to cost well over $1,000, well over $1,000, and your 9070 XT is going to be under $1,000 unless you're scalping it, which you shouldn't be. So they're not that unavailable. They have sold really well though.
Yeah.
Dude, we've saw the 9070 XT is by far, and not even close, our best ever selling Radeon GPU here.
Really?
Yeah, not even close. 7900 XTX, you know, sold pretty good, still sells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 24 gigs of VRAM for $940.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty good, you know, especially for like flight sims and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7900 XTX still slaps. It's better than 9070 XT. The 9070 XT costs like basically what the 7900 XTX does at retail now, which is stupid in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
because retail right now on a 9070 XT, if you're getting a white one like an XFX, like a Quicksilver or Mercury Magnetic Air, if you're getting a Mercury Magnetic Air in white, it's over $1,000 retail right now. Yeah, stupid.
Oh wow.
Dude. Yeah, silly. Quicksilvers are like $900 for the white ones.
Jeez.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, they're great.
Yeah.
But a 9070 XT for $900 or a 7900 XTX for $950, 7900 XTX.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 8 gigs of VRAM, $50.
Yeah.
Duh. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I get it. The 9070 XT is super hot, and it's great. It's, in my opinion, it is AMD's best GPU to date. Like, yeah, and actually the 9070 is good. The non-XT, I feel like there should be more of a price gap than there is.
Yeah.
But the 9070 is still strong, like real strong. Because for what you're getting from Nvidia for $1,000 is a 5070 Ti. Like that's what you're getting. You can get a high end 5070. You can get a Strix or like a Supreme or Gaming X Trio or whatever. You can get the Homie G 5070 Ti, but you're not touching a 5070 Ti at retail for less than $900. Now, I mean, not a good one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe 860. The PNY one I think is 860. It's not bad. XLR8. It's not bad. But either way, you're $900. So you're 9070 XT territory. You know what I mean? Like so you compare 9070 XT to 5070 Ti. That's the comparison. Like the 9070 XT should be compared to the 5070 Ti, not to the 5080. Because money wise, that's because you should compare based on what it costs, not like where in the product stack it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna buy one or the other, 20 gig 7900 XT for like 500 on Newegg, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good deal. That's a real good deal. 9070 XT, that's that's a 7900 XT. The 7900 XT was good. That was good.
Yeah.
But see, I felt like there was not enough of a price gap. Same story, like 9070 to 9070 XT. 7900 XT was too close to the XTX.
Yeah.
In price, you may as well just get the XTX. Now if you got a refurb one for $500, that's a steal. That's a good price. Combo of Ryzen 7 5600X with the 5060 Ti. Yeah, that's a good like 1080. That's a killer 1080p system. That's overkill for 1080p. That's like recklessly slam everything to max.
Yeah.
1080p. That's a good 1440 system. If you got the 16 gig version of the 5060 Ti. But see, here's my thing. I know people are bitching that they're still making 8 gig cards. They're for 1080p.
Yeah.
They're for 1080p. Like, it's a $300 card, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what, like 8 gigs of GDDR7 is like, it's not free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I get it that like that game engines are getting to the point now where they can use more VRAM. But if you're playing in 1080p, 8 gigs of VRAM is enough. It's enough for literally any game that you're going to play on any level of settings that you're going to play it in. 8 gigs is enough for 1080p.
Yeah.
Anyone who tells you otherwise doesn't understand how the tech works. Like, I was surprised that there was more of a delta between the chips than I thought there would be in 4K. I can't believe that the CPU makes that much of a difference in 4K. I wonder where Nick was getting that.
He was watching a YouTube video.
I'm not saying he's wrong.
Yeah.
But so you got to be careful with these YouTube videos. I just saw this when the 9060 XT released, and it's an 8 gig and a 16 gig version.
Yeah.
And like, there were a bunch of reviewers that deliberately bought the 8 gig version and then like did a bunch of shit with it that you wouldn't do with an 8 gig card, just to be like, see how bad it is. Like,
yeah,
yeah, dude, that's like me like buying a pitchfork and then going to dig a hole with it in my backyard. It doesn't do it very well. Well, no shit. That's not what the hell it's for. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me buy an 8 gig card and then test it in 4K. No shit, it's not good. Like, I mean, come on, man. But they're doing it. I get why they're doing it. Because they're trying to get clicks and they're douchebags.
Yeah.
I get, and they make their money by people clicking on their stuff. Right? Like, so I get why they're doing it. Because they want to push, they want to put pressure on the manufacturers to put more VRAM and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it. And they're douchebags. But you're deliberately testing something that you're using in a way that it's not intended to be used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's literally me digging a hole with a pitchfork. Well, it doesn't work very good. No shit. Like, you know, if you're gonna dig a hole, you need a shovel, genius. Like, you know what I mean? It's just it's disingenuous,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. I don't like that at all, you know. And if I was NVIDIA, dude, I know it's like fashionable for the reviewers to bash NVIDIA right now. Dude, if I was NVIDIA, I would just quit sending these people shit. Real talk. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, because there comes a point where like you're not reviewing the product anymore. You know what I mean? Like, because in here, there's valid reasons to criticize pretty much any product. Pretty much any product. But when you're just, you know, when Gamers Nexus is doing 3-hour-long deep dive exposés on the death of affordable computing, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Go clip a Best Buy ad for a gateway home computer system from like 1997 and find a $4,000 desktop PC that doesn't do shit. That's like worse than your iPhone now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What do you get for $4,000 now? Like a 9800 X3D with a 5080. You know what I mean? Gen 5 storage if you want it for $4,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that you're getting that now instead of what you got in 1997. That, like, you know, maybe you got the speakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the death of affordable, dude. Shut up. Just shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you're getting now for your money is so much better than what you got 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago for the same amount of money. And then, and like, you know, but everybody's hung up on raster too, which I understand. Like, how else are you going to measure? You know what I mean? Because how else are you going to compare apples to apples? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to use raster because how else are you going to, you know, like compare competing things? So you do have to use raster, but that isn't what drives all the games all the time anymore. So like you can measure these things with these synthetic benchmarks, which is valid to some degree, but the synthetic benchmarks aren't always going to be accurately reflective of your actual user experience. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know, but we could do with less virtue signaling in the influencer space. The death of affordable computing. NVIDIA has created the world's best graphics card, but we think they should give it away for free. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Just shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any idea? Like, because these people are influenced. They don't understand, like, economics. That's really what it comes down to. Like, do you know what TSMC is charging? Just forget the actual wafers. Do you know what they're charging just for, like, using the fucking nodes and doing the manufacturing? Like, they're charging all kinds of, like, premiums just on top of, like, the price of the wafers. Yeah. And have you seen that? I mean, do you know what the size of the fucking die of a 5090 is? It's massive. It's enormous. It's huge. It's a huge die. I mean, like the wafer. I mean, it's like, I mean, the actual wafer size for a 5090, it's enormous. I mean, do you know like what goes into making that, and that there's all of like one facility on Earth where you can make those, and then people, it's too expensive. There's one place on Earth you can make it, asshole. Like what? you know what I mean? And they're backlogged like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because every AI, every data center, everything is like, there's the demand for semiconductors is so far beyond the supply of semiconductors that, like, dude, we should, honest to God, and I'm not even like being dramatic, like, NVIDIA has no financial reason to even make a 5090. None. Zero. Because they could make Blackwell commercial cards and make way more money, like per unit manufactured, way more money. Like they have no financial incentive to even make a 5090 or a 5080 or a 5070. Yeah. Like because if all they wanted to do was maximize profit, they would literally take all of their node time at TSMC, all of their wafers, and they would just make commercial GPUs.
Yep.
And there would be no GeForce cards. None. Zero. And then we're going to have all the, the tech influencers get on and be like, the most technologically advanced GPU we've ever seen. It does shit that blows our minds that we never even fathomed 5 years ago would be possible, but it's too expensive. Then don't buy it. I want one. I can't afford it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have 6 children. My economic reality does not include a 5090. I wish it did. But, but you're going to take shots at the, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I get it. I also wish things cost less money. Believe me. Because I literally own a company that makes these products. I know what they cost. You know what I mean? And like 88% of our operating costs of this entire business are like parts that go in the machine. You know what I mean? I get like a week of Brad's labor for less than the cost of a 5090. Like it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you frame it like that. But again, this is the economic reality that that Brad this week cost me less than a 5090. Because it's what it costs, man.
Yeah.
Like I would love for a 5090 to cost $500. It just doesn't, and it's not going to. And they're going to sell all of them anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They could just I get it. Like you want to be a consumer advocate, you want to, and I'm sympathetic to that. Like this is why we don't use cheap power supplies and shitty parts, and we actually give people a warranty that we actually stand behind and whatever. And like all that costs money. It's not free. And so it's like I'm not here to just like I am a customer advocate, but like dude, you got to deal with like economic reality and not just get on your soapbox and rant about how everyone sucks.
Yeah.
But it's just like I get it but if you're ranting about how everyone sucks, more people are gonna click on that than if you're like, well, this is really good.
Yeah.
People are like, fuck you, shill.
Yeah.
Like, you're bought and paid for, man. Like, that's like the toxicity that is the internet. But anyway, that's my rant for the day.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
All right, we were gonna end this stream like 45 minutes ago. We were gonna end this stream 38 minutes ago because I gotta pick kids up from sports and stuff.
Cool.
Anywho's.
But yeah, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. 3 p.m. tomorrow. Or do you want to do early?
Let's do 2.
2? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be live 2 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
All right.
With another PC build.
And we'll send Diecast his Lamborghini.
Yes.
That used to be my Lamborghini. All right.
All right. See you guys.